I kind of can't believe nobody has ever attempted to broach this subject. I've never seen a video online that even proposes doubt about this. But considering all the lies that Barack Obama has told the country, especially all the gossip about his sexuality, I don't believe anything the man says, which, as a process and an entity of itself, brings you to realize all the things you don't believe. I do not believe those two little girls are his daughters. I don't believe Michelle Obama and Barack Obama has ever had sexual intercourse. I think his whole life in existence is a pure sham. But considering how much, the magnitude of how bad he lies, the proven lies, he never went to Columbia University. His association with Harvard was totally logistical. He dropped out of Occidental Junior College. Everything, he's got it all stalled by legal maneuvers. He pays a lot of money to keep people from being able to verify any documentation about anything he's ever done in his entire life. We're just left to go on what he put in his biography, his autobiography. I can't believe people just haven't asked, well, wait a minute, if his birth certificate is a fake, what about his kids? Where's the marriage license? You know, all we know is that he had those two little girls, you know, in the late 1990s. And I've never seen an interview with either of those little girls either. They don't talk to anybody. They're brought out on stage with him. And they wave, they're the happy family, just this established family norm thing. And Michelle Obama says the most god-awful, horrendous things. She even refers to herself as a single mother. She's done it on more than one occasion, just in the middle of a... It was like when Barack Obama said, oh, my Muslim faith instead of my Christian faith in a candid interview. He just said, oh, my Muslim faith. You don't make that kind of mistake. So, it's just... you know, I just can't believe nobody's tackled that. I can understand that, you know, you want to leave innocent children out of, you know, the hellfire of that kind of focus, but... And that's just another thing that shows the decency of America and the world. But it's all just... It's all so wrong, and when it is an imminent requisite that we impeach this man, not Congress, because Congress is completely bought. I mean, there's nobody you could approach in the judicial system at the federal level that will take action against Barack Obama about anything. Any opposition that he gets is purely political for the Worldwide Wrestling Federation feel of Capitol Hill. People disagree with him, and these people vote, and these people vote against. And, you know, you got your Rand Pauls complaining about this, and your Ron Pauls making it seem like there's gridlock in Congress, like there's some, you know, real debate and real thought process going on to advance the country with the strenuously passionate concerns of representatives of their constituents, but that's not the case. It's all orchestration, no different than pro wrestling, where they hit each other in the head with chairs, and they do souffles, and they jump in the air and body slam with their elbows half pulled, and that's politics in America. We got this fraud who's totally waving the fraud flag in our faces saying, I am the biggest fraud you have ever seen. I am Barack Obama. I am an absolute fraud. I am a male prostitute for males. I am a liar. I'm not a lawyer. I lied about all of that. My father's Frank Marshall Davis, the underground communist, and my goal in life is to institute his personal dogma on the whole country. It's all orchestration. But it's great and it's sad. Because something like this, I've never even... There's nothing even asking about, just even anecdotes about his little girls when they were tiny, just the circumstances of their birth or whether it was planned or, what Michelle Obama... It was just... And when you get down to realizing the truth of their marriage, and what's that company? She's on the board of the Treehouse Foods, where they have the slave labor Hispanic crew, and she gets like millions of dollars in compensation from a non-profit company. She's on 2 of them. She gets millions and millions of dollars. If Barack Obama wasn't the president being bought off by billionaires, she probably would make 3 times as much money as him, if not carry him outright. If they're even married. People go on and on about the birth certificate. Where's the marriage certificate? Why does this thoughts process have to stop there? I mean, how is it possible with all we have against him to accuse him of, that it is not brought forth in a public forum? It's a list of 50 things. High treason. He gave land away to China. Do any of you even realize how much United States land has been given away to China? They own it. And the rights of oil in Texas, they own that. In the agreement that some of our debt to China is taken off. As if China did us this great favor when we've been employing them for 100 years. Made in China, made in China, made in China. What would that country of 2 billion people be without American manufacturing? The Chinese don't factor that into the discussion. Money with all those people is just a phony conversation anyway. It's not real. They didn't actually give us anything other than digits across a computer screen. If even that might be a lie too. All of this is governed and dictated by lies. And if we just did something to initiate a broad discussion across the 50 states about just starting with his white lies, not to mention his black ones. He's the biggest liar that's ever resided in the White House. And that's our chance. 9/11 was our chance to bust the government and do a major reform, to give everybody's liberties back and end income tax, and the fact that if you're mid-road and you're doing really good, half of your money, half if not 60%, goes to the government. If we were actually in charge of the government, we the people, no one in the country would pay more than 20% in taxes. That's the way it should be. So much should be for free and regulated by the government as a socialist norm for life necessities, but have everything else be free market capitalism. That's the way to go if you really care about the people of America, instead of this elite few crony capitalists that are all so ugly and ridiculous and such liars. The president is a liar. What hasn't he lied about? How long is the silence and the apathy going to go on? Nothing is going to improve until we, as a country, stand up and say no more.